Hey guys, welcome to Cheat Sheet with me, Sneha. On the show today, I'm doing a deep dive into the role of a producer on a film set. Also, what's the difference between a line producer, an associate producer, and an executive producer? Well, I'm chatting with Sanjay Routray, who recently produced the hugely successful Andhadhun. Sanjay, welcome to Film Companion. Congratulations on the super success of Andhadhun. Clearly the standout film of the year and a gamble that paid off for you guys. So I want to start off by asking you what the role of a producer on a film set is, and you've also been an EP. So I want to understand all about just the producer on a film set. So to start with, what does a producer do?
Okay, thank you for having me on Film Companion. And in fact, Andhadhun stumped us also. We knew we have made a good film,
Right.
but the kind of love and affection people have showed towards the film is unprecedented.
Yeah.
As a producer, the first thing you have to find a story which you believe in.
It starts there.
It starts with the story, and once you have the story, mostly it's the director. They have the idea and they narrate it to you, and then once you have the story beginning, middle, and end, then you pitch it to the actor, and once you have the main actors on board, then we approach a studio, and every studio have their own system of evaluating projects, and if they feel it's worth the risk, because every film is a risk, so then they come on board, and then they support the project financially. The producers still have to make sure the budgets are adhered to, the shoot is finished on time, the post, creatively he has to drive the project. As an EP, you have to make sure, because the budget is always made with the first AD and the EP.
So that becomes the producer's team then?
That becomes the core producer's team.
We often hear of terms like line producer, associate producer. Can you help me understand, do all films have all of these producers, and what is their role on a set?
So the basic people who run the show, on the shoot are the executive producer in India, the executive producer and the first AD and their team. Lot of time now in India, like people who have enough experience, but since you have an executive producer with whom you have a comfort level, but you want the other guy also because he is hardworking and plus he good, so then you say, okay, he's the EP and you are the line producer.
But in terms of job roles, it almost overlaps.
Almost overlaps. And in Hollywood, it's the EPs are the people who are part financiers of the film, part owners. And what we call EP here, they are the line producers there. Yeah.
So how does one go about financing a film? Like, how do you pitch to a production, to a studio, for example, or how does one actually go about? Because there's so many aspiring filmmakers who watch Film Companion. They're possibly sitting on a good script. So what does one do?
So I'll be very honest with you, because studio, they only go by numbers.
Okay, in terms of box office and what it can bring.
In terms of box office, and they have the previous similar genre or similar cast or similar setup.
Right.
So that becomes the benchmark, and most of them, they would like to go with a production house who has got a sellable actor,
right,
or who has got a director who can get a sellable actor.
It's as simple as that.
Yes, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. So what is a day like on a film set for a producer? Can you walk me through, say, the shooting of Andhadhun? What was your day like?
So it's more like keeping everybody happy, talking nicely to them, and making sure people management. What you are asking about the running of the show, that is done by the first AD and EP.
Okay.
So they both have to be in sync, because the executive producer is the external supporter. And running the actual shoot is the first AD's job to make sure, whatever has been scheduled for the day, it's being done. Whatever we have scheduled before lunch, that's over. If it is not over, how he is going to reschedule everything post lunch so that we don't
make up for the time lost.
We make up for the time loss, or we don't end up shooting one more day, because each day is very, like, if you're shooting outdoors, it's anything between 16 to 25 lakhs in India. So that's the amount of money you will hit.
Riding on it.
Yeah, per day. So they are the people. So as a producer, you overall, keep a check on the budget. And as an executive producer, day to day expenses are monitored by you. So here I'm spending more. So what are the things in future where the money is still to be spent, in art, in costumes, in so travel, so how he can plan so that whatever we have overspent in this sked is compensated in the next sked. So
talk to me a little bit about budgeting for a film. How does one go about setting an accurate budget?
See, the budget depends on the script.
Yes.
So every script will have their own budget, and to make a film within a budget, one of the most important person is director, because first of all, as a producer and as your core team, which is first AD and EP, you have to understand his vision and make a realistic budget. Everybody wants a hit film, and today confirmed way of making your film a success is if you make it within a budget, realistic budget. So satellite, digital, all that will. So like Andhadhun, we were very sure it will not lose money.
How do you say that?
Because we knew, this kind of movie, Shriram's last movie, Aishman's film, the numbers which they had done, so we were taking a minimum this thing, and we knew we are very safe in that. We didn't have any idea about the upside, but we were very sure, and I think that's what Shriram also believes very strongly. He's a guy who always, says, no, let's make a budget, film in a budget where it shouldn't lose money. He's very cautious about the budget spending, and like he will be very clear. Like we had done Johnny Gadda together, and he said, whatever Sanjay you want, you tell me this location, this, but there's one particular scene where I won't be able to compromise. We'll have to, and I don't know how much will it cost.
Okay.
And that was the train sequence of 12 minutes, which he was very clear.
Yeah.
From very beginning. Rest, everything you tell me, okay, here, if we can do this, I'll think about it, and I will find a way.
But this is non-negotiable.
But the train sequence, it's non-negotiable, and it's still, I'm thinking how to shoot. So I don't know, you might shoot it in 20 lakhs, you might shoot it in 1 crore.
Wow.
And 10 years back, 1 crore was a big money for a sequence. And finally, we shot it for much, much, much less.
Okay. And managed to achieve what he wanted to, of course. Have you figured out over time and experience just some tricks and tactics to stick within a budget?
Just keep your unit happy. If they're happy, they will give you that extra, and happiness, what does it mean? Just take care of them, good food, good bed to
good
sleep.
Good food is...
Yeah, that's all they need, And they will put that, 100 plus 10% if they are happy. And that 10%, because I told you the numbers. So if you have planned something for 40 days, and because of their efforts, if they are happy, you finish in 38 days, so who's the beneficiary? Yeah. That's how, it's very simple.
Have you figured out what the best route is to become a producer? Would you say that your experience as an EP and a line producer and all the different roles you worked in have really helped to bring you to where you are today?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yes, because people know when I'm talking, I'm not talking nonsense because I have gone through that drill.
Yeah.
So that's a big advantage. Whenever either if I'm talking about, if I'm suggesting them something, you know, they take it seriously because they know, you know, and most of the people with whom, you know, I have been working, they are with me for 10 years, 15 years, you know, so that mutual respect is there. You know, it's, I think that has been biggest plus for me, you know. Have done, you know, as a line producer, EP, almost 10 films before I became a producer. So, you know, I know I can evaluate things from both sides.
What more do you need?
Yeah.
Super. I mean, thank you so much for giving us gems like Andhadhun. I can't wait to see what Matchbox is up to next. But you're already on your next project, you mentioned.
Yeah, we are working on couple of this. You know, we had something which we had thought we'll do it, but the success of Andhadhun, you know, has made us rethink, because with this kind of success, the pressure also comes, you know, because we know whether we like it or not, irrespective the studio we go or wherever we go, it will come, the line will come from the makers of Andhadhun.
Yes.
You know, and at least from our side, we want to put 100% to make sure, you know, people are not disappointed with our second venture.
Of course, we'll be waiting and watching. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope I managed to answer at least some of your questions when it comes to being a producer. Also, I really wanted to say thank you for the love on the episode with Shira. We're soon going to hit 1 million views, and that's a big deal for Cheat Sheet. Keep sending me your ideas, and I'm more than happy to go and execute as many as I can.